Hello everyone and welcome to my secret base. My name is Eddie and today we will go into 5 animes that should get a live action adaptation. I will also be choosing who should make that said adaptation and what kind of adaptation it should be, whether it's a movie or a show. Let's get started. Number 5. YuGiOh Legendary Pictures. YuGiOh is a franchise based around a trading card game. Duh. The franchise has spawned many seasons, all based on the game, with each season giving the game a new tweak or a new type of summoning or gimmick, you may say, which is heavily used during that said season. I think this live action adaptation should be a movie with original characters instead of adapting an already existing story or characters, as we've seen that fail in the past, and it will be very hard to please the fans if the character adapted isn't true to its original concept. This will play off well since the show once again changes main character every season and tends to give us a semi-original story that doesn't connect to the others, even though they're semi-connected to, but not that much. And even though this will be a unique story, I would say it would be safer to go with the original gameplay and original rules, as most fans are more familiar with that, especially if you want to bring back those legacy fans that won't really understand that the new type of summonings and such. Number 4. Bleach, HBO. Bleach is one of the original big 3 anime which became extremely popular in the 2000s alongside One Piece and Naruto. This adaptation should be a series and probably should adapt the best parts of the series, skipping all the filler arcs or any unnecessary details from within those already existing arcs. I say HBO will do a fantastic job with Bleach. One, they have a ton of source material to work through, and we know what happens when they run out of source material. Game of Thrones. They aren't afraid of showing violence and should do an amazing job with those legendary fights Bleach is known for. And they're not afraid to show blood, so we could get a comic book accurate Saraki. Number 3. Attack on Titan, Warner Brothers. Attack on Titan is one of the greatest shows to come out in the last decade, with such an interesting concept of humanity at its brink due to these creatures called Titans preying on them for centuries. We follow our main story in humanity's last safe haven, with our hero Eren and his companions trying to figure out the secrets of the Titans. This should absolutely be a movie. I think they should do the first season as a movie, with the climax of it being the fight between Eren and Annie. Also, I think this movie absolutely needs to be rated R. I don't think any other rating would do it justice. I think Warner Brothers will do a good job with this. They like to give their movies a gritty feel, and I think that gritty feel they gave some of the early DCU movies would absolutely work for this property, and I would be more than stoked to see it come to the big screen like that. Before I continue, I just want to remind everyone to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications to let you know when I upload a new video. Number 2. Death Note, Amazon Prime. Death Note is one of the greatest anime / mangas ever. The concept of Death Note is about a high school kid who finds a book called the Death Note, which lets him kill anyone by writing their name in it, which leads him to proclaim himself the savior of humanity and become so notorious that the greatest detective in the world is called upon to handle his case, as the world considers him a serial killer in the beginning. Later on, he is treated as if he was God himself. The story is just great, and during its original run, it just kept fans on the edge just every episode to see what happens next with all the twists and turns that the show takes. With it being a detective story similar to a lot of the popular shows of today, and the story also doesn't require that much CGI, as with most of the animes within this list, it'd be hard for anybody to mess this up. Like really hard. Like really hard to mess up. Like extremely hard to mess up. Very hard to mess up. Anyway, I digress. Amazon Prime will do a fantastic job with this show, just as they have done with shows like The Boys and Jack Ryan. Unlike other streaming services out there, I think Amazon would not be afraid to follow the story true to itself, with probably some minor changes here and there, rather than big changes that were not necessary. Number 1. Fullmetal Alchemist, HBO, another GOAT of the anime world. The story of two brothers who try to revive their mother with alchemy only to have it backfired, with Edward, the oldest brother, losing an arm and a leg, and Alphonse, the youngest brother, losing his entire body, with his brother having to transmute his soul into a suit of armor that was in their house. The main quest of the show is Edward trying to find a way to get his younger brother's body back. And at one point, let's just say, Edward punches God himself. It's such a beautiful story with so many topics being covered, from racism to political corruption, inequality, wars, and so much more. And once again, I think HBO will do great with this franchise. Will do an amazing job at bringing the world of Fullmetal Alchemist to life. Well, that is all. Let me know which anime you would love to see get a live action adaptation. Please tune in next time as we go over 5 animes that should never be turned into a live action adaptation. See ya!